Hi, my name is Scott Redler, Chief Strategic Officer of T3Live.com.
And I'm Taylor Shrontz, and I'm a trader with T3.
What we try and do is, on these afternoon calls, go over a little bit of an educational segment with a strategy that could actually make you money.
Right. So, Scott, today's focus was Netflix. And for this month of January, things have been really good to us on the long side. But you've also triggered or targeted some really good short setups with some red dog reversals. So today, Netflix was your key.
Yes, today Netflix was the key, and I've gone over two other red dog reversals in these videos in the last, I would say, few weeks. First of them was Shield. Okay, I want to give you a quick little recap on that one. Same red dog reversal, same 80-20 trade, same strategy, but different stocks. So it shows you how you could use the same strategy or pattern with different equities. So take a look here at Shield. If you guys remember, this was, I think about a week ago. You had a huge run up in Shield. Then finally it squeezed through this previous high here. This high was 51.17, pushed up into resistance, came back below. The trigger short here was 51.17. That's your entry. You had a stop here at the high of the day. If you took that trade, you could have trailed it all the way down, went as low as 42.37. So right there, that's about a $9 trade with very limited pain. You could have taken either a day and a half trade, or you could have trailed it and had a bigger gain. But for me, I typically do this with a day and a half type of style. Sometimes I leave money on the table, but everyone is different. Do you remember the next one that we did?
BVSN.
BVSN was a crazy situation. A much thinner stock. Similar strategy, obviously. Sometimes picking a top is really dangerous, but on this one also, same strategy. You don't have to pick a top, but if you did, you were ahead of the game, kind of like with Shield. But look at the reward, even just using the strategy on the next day. So if you go to BVSN, it was another stock that was heavily shorted, huge push up. You had a nice long from 11 and change, kept going. Finally, it went up, pushed through the high here of, what is this? This is about
33.71.
33.71, squeezed everyone. I was in there. I lost money. I traded a few times, and finally it broke when I think Herb Greenberg, he broke the story that it was a pump and dump or whatever it was. Who knows? All I know is it went above, traded back below this area. This was your area to be short. Go home short. The next day it opened up. Your trigger was through that day's low. So you didn't even have to be involved in this day. If you were involved just watching it for a potential topping tail or exhaustion, you could have shorted below this 32, and obviously it went as low as 20. In a 2-day trade, it was like $8 to $10.
Right.
So with this type of strategy, you have your stop, you have your risk reward. You could treat it as a cash flow trade, a day and a half trade, or you could trail it, and on that one you could have trailed it as well. So today, what was the target?
On Netflix?
Well, the Netflix strategy that we targeted, we targeted on the price point sheet. So those of you that get the T3 Live price point sheet, what was the price on there?
$123.99.
Now, why was it $123.99?
That was yesterday's high.
Exactly.
So we're looking for it to, trigger through that first.
There you go. That was a strategy because that was the price that pushed through the prior day to squeeze those shorts one last time. So breaking back and closing below that previous high loses momentum, creates the action area for cash flow. So if you look here at Netflix, you will see, I know yesterday we tried to do it. It wasn't great. You take a look at this chart. Obviously, you could trade this both ways. First time we targeted in the beginning of the year around 75. Nice little push. Went up, consolidated. I remember on earnings I had calls, made some nice money there. I remember Friday, great little strategy, just to show you how you could love them and leave them. Yesterday you saw this topping tail. Okay, I'll give you a little bit more of an example so you could see it here. Here you go. This is when it pushed through, this prior high, which was 123.99, which is the reason why Taylor had that number. Went as high as, what was that, 129.40, came back down, looked weak. I didn't take any home short just because, it was tricky that day, but today you didn't have to because once it triggered below this 124, 123.99, had some commitment, you had a $5 move down to 119, and you could see it a little bit better, even on the 5-minute. That's where I'll explain it. Okay, so if you go here, all right, this was yesterday. This is when you could say how it pushed through. Here's your pivot. People who were short there. Once it pushed through this 124, okay, you had a really big move. Okay, and this was yesterday, and it squeezed everybody who tried early in the beginning of the day. So it squeezed out the shorts, came back below, hovered, couldn't take back a third of it. So today, when it went through the 124, that's when I started to get involved again. I didn't have to take it overnight, and then once it stayed below this 124 for a period of time, that's when the shorts got aggressive. That's when some longs said, "Oh my goodness, this just went from 76 to 124. Let me get out of the way." and you had a nice little move all the way down to about 119. So that 124 was a trigger, couldn't get back above. Nice little $5, $6 trade. If you wanted to take it, you did it just for cash flow. If you want to trail it, you use that 124. But this is very whippy stock, so I would just take the trade there. And if you want to stay on small, you stay on small.
So will you be holding this overnight? Just a little bit?
I've already covered. I covered below 121. I didn't wait for 119. I'll see how it closes. I hope it closes okay, because I'd love this stock to stay in the game. It's a great trading vehicle. It's been a great trading vehicle for 2012. Stay with this one, both long and short. These stocks are very cyclical. Last year it was a great long, then a great short, and now it's giving us good action. Let's just hope this action continues. And the beauty, Taylor, about this market is, even though I would say I've been about 80 to 85% long in the last month, you still could find short setups. You can still have hedges, and there's a lot of money to be made in this market.
Yes, there is.
All right. We'll see you back later this week at another afternoon update.